Have you ever wondered why some people seem to rise effortlessly while others stay stuck for years? What if I told you the biggest barrier to your success is not the world, but your own mind? And more importantly, what if you had the power to take full control today? There's no elevator to success. You have to climb the stairs. The elevator simply doesn't reach the top. Not in the real world of achievement. This is your journey. You are the one in control. This mind of yours, it's your captain, your master, your general. Do not surrender control of it to anyone else. Get off Instagram, Snapchat, and all those endless blogs. Instead, engage in something that can genuinely transform your life. Becoming successful isn't some elusive magic trick. You can absolutely make the decision to become wealthy. It's entirely within reach. But first, it all starts here, in your mind. The single difference between those who achieve and those who don't lies right here. I'm no different than any of you. The only thing that separates us is mindset. If you want success, you must change this. And that change isn't easy. The hardest part isn't the actual work. It's overcoming your disbelief that you're capable. Yet, here's the truth. It is absolutely possible. But if you keep doing exactly what you've always done, you'll continue getting the same results you've always had. So, if you find yourself unhappy with where you are in life, the solution is simple. Something must change. You have to make a conscious, determined decision to change, and that decision rests solely in your hands. It has nothing to do with your mother's opinion, your coworkers' judgments, your siblings' views, or even your children's expectations. None of their opinions matter. This decision is yours and yours alone. You hold the power to determine whether you live in poverty or wealth, mediocrity or abundance, sadness or happiness. It's entirely your choice. The endless chatter on blogs and social media, irrelevant. Bloggers are not movers and shakers. They aren't decision makers or power brokers. Spending hours trapped in that world only drains valuable time you could use to build your future. If I were young and had access to the tools you have today, I would be unstoppable. You are the brightest generation to emerge in a long time. Millennials possess brilliance, fueled by technology I never had growing up. When I was young, if you wanted to learn something, you went to the library. You pulled out a card catalog, searched for your book, found the number, rode the elevator to the proper floor, walked down the row, located the book, and hoped no pages were missing. That was our reality. Eventually, when my parents scraped together enough money to help us educate ourselves, they bought an encyclopedia set, Britannica, Funk, and Wagnalls. Whatever information existed within those volumes was all we had access to. If you wanted to learn about elephants, and there were 2 pages on elephants, that was the sum total of your knowledge. But now, you have Google. You can search for anything instantly. You have access to a world of knowledge right at your fingertips, capable of making you great if you know how to use it. But listen carefully. Technology alone won't make you successful. If you can combine the power of your technology with the work ethic your parents and grandparents had, you can become truly wealthy. That work ethic, though, that part is non-negotiable. There's no shortcut around hard work. Remember this, there is no elevator to the top. You must climb the stairs. Success doesn't come from convenience. It demands effort, grit, and determination. Too often I watch young people wasting valuable time, sitting idle, lost in the comfort of instant gratification that technology offers. Everything is handed to you at lightning speed, but success doesn't operate that way. I argued with my son recently. For a moment, I felt proud. We were finally having a meaningful debate. I told him that the distance from Cleveland to Nashville was about 540 miles. While we were still talking, he pulled out his phone, Googled it, and said, "No, Dad, you're wrong. It's 526 miles." You see, technology has made life incredibly convenient, but it can't replace grit. You cannot Google your way to success. I want you to understand this, young people. You have to develop toughness. You need to cultivate the hunger, the drive, the resilience, the dog inside you. Success isn't something you can simply look up online. Go ahead, try to Google how to be successful. You'll find articles, lists, and tips, but none of them can substitute for lived experience. Because I've lived long enough, I've been exposed to things I hope you never have to endure, and others I hope you one day get to experience. Wow. But exposure itself doesn't guarantee success. You can search the word exposure, but Google won't take you where I've been. I've traveled the world, but only because I chose discomfort. I made myself uncomfortable so that one day I could live a life of convenience. Comfort is the reward for years of discomfort. You have to become comfortable being uncomfortable. Stop searching for shortcuts. Stop hunting for the easy route. It simply doesn't exist. Let me break it to you now. There is no easy way. You must be willing to get bruised, to stumble, to fall. You'll get your heart broken, your feelings hurt, and you'll face rejection. You'll approach people for help, and many will say no. But even then, when I see someone making the effort, even if I turn them down, I at least try to offer something, some guidance, some advice. I won't simply hand you a fish sandwich, but I'll teach you how to fish. Because once you learn that skill, you can change everything in your life. Once you grasp this, you have the power to transform everything. You see, one of the greatest enemies holding most people back is negativity. Those negative thoughts creep into your mind and take root, paralyzing your ambition and stealing your confidence. But here's the truth. You can shield yourself from negativity. You can protect your mind, and doing so is far simpler than you might imagine. Every morning, before I even step outside, I take time to coat my mind in protection. It's not that I don't get tired. Of course I do. Sometimes I'm mentally drained from the demands of my job. But mental exhaustion is very different from being negative. Negativity is poison, and you must learn to build a barrier against it. The way you build that shield is through one simple yet powerful habit: gratitude. Gratitude wipes out negativity. Let me explain how this works. If you wake up in the morning and find yourself already thinking, "Today isn't my day," or "I woke up on the wrong side of the bed," or "I'm just not feeling it," stop right there. Pause. Interrupt that train of thought. And then start listing everything you have to be grateful for. Not what you want, but what you already possess. Because what you have right now is significant. You simply haven't taken inventory in a while. Consider the basic things. The fact that you can walk, that's a blessing. The fact that you woke up this morning, that's another. The fact that you can see, think, and reason, yet another blessing. You can go out and get yourself something to eat. You can turn a key, walk inside, and call that place your home. Each of these is a blessing. Even the ability to dream is a blessing. The opportunity to try again, to pursue your goals anew. That's another blessing waiting for you each day. And here I am, speaking to you without even knowing you personally. Yet I can list dozens of things you should feel grateful for. Gratitude is a force. Once you train your mind to focus on it, your perspective will shift entirely. When you start coating your mind with gratitude, everything else begins to change. You'll see possibilities instead of obstacles, opportunities instead of setbacks, and hope instead of despair. That simple act of acknowledging your blessings can transform your mental state, your decisions, and ultimately your future. And as you create that daily habit, you'll start to notice something remarkable. Your energy shifts. You carry yourself differently. You approach challenges with a new kind of confidence because your mind is no longer consumed by fear or doubt. Instead, you're anchored in gratitude, a force far stronger than any negativity life might throw your way. When you embrace gratitude fully, you start seeing every problem as an opportunity in disguise. The closed doors, they're redirecting you toward a better path. The setbacks, they're strengthening your resilience. The failures, they're teaching you lessons that will serve you down the road. Gratitude reframes everything. That's why when people come to me discouraged, tired of rejection, weighed down by disappointment, I tell them the same thing. Start with gratitude. It won't make the pain disappear overnight, but it will give you perspective. It will remind you that even in your hardest moments, you still have reasons to be thankful. And from that place of gratitude, you'll find the strength to try again. Now listen closely. Success is not reserved for the lucky few. It's not about having connections, or being born into the right family, or having some extraordinary talent. Success belongs to those who are willing to put in the work, stay disciplined, and keep going, no matter what obstacles they face. It belongs to those who master their minds and choose to see the good, even in difficult circumstances. You already have everything you need to begin. The tools, the knowledge, the technology, it's all within your reach. But none of that matters if you don't first take control of your mindset. Gratitude is the gateway, discipline is the fuel, and resilience is the vehicle that will carry you forward. If you can combine those three, gratitude, discipline, and resilience, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. Start where you are, with what you have, and trust that the rest will follow. Because at the end of the day, your success doesn't depend on anyone else. It's in your hands. The choice is yours. And once you make that choice, everything begins to change. If you're ready to transform your life, start today. Subscribe for more powerful mindset shifts, discipline hacks, and daily motivation. Drop a comment. I choose growth to declare your commitment. Remember, your success is in your hands. Subscribe now, stay disciplined, and let's grow together.